Ashton Kutcher, the well-known American actor and producer who rose to fame in the late 1990s and early 2000s, has shared a candid and somewhat shocking story from his early modeling days that highlights the often unforgiving standards of the high-fashion world. Now in his late 40s, Kutcher reflected on this experience during a recent interview alongside his co-stars from the project The Beauty, Anthony Ramos and Jeremy Pope. The conversation turned to the topic of career struggles, particularly those stemming from unrealistic ideals of physical perfection that permeate the entertainment and fashion industries. Kutcher began by acknowledging a universal truth: insecurities affect everyone regardless of how they appear to the outside world. He explained that even people considered among the most attractive in the world, supermodels, actors, and celebrities, carry their own doubts and self-criticisms. This realization came to him early in his career when he first ventured into modeling at the young age of 19. At that time, he found himself surrounded by individuals who were widely regarded as pinnacles of beauty, yet he quickly noticed that no one was immune to feeling inadequate in some way. The story that truly stood out involved a high-profile opportunity with one of the most prestigious brands in fashion. Kutcher landed an exclusive campaign for Gucci during the era when Tom Ford served as its creative director. Ford, renowned for his visionary and often uncompromising approach to aesthetics, had transformed Gucci into a symbol of luxurious, seductive glamour between the mid-1990s and early 2000s. For a young model like Kutcher, this was a dream gig, an invitation to walk the runway and feature in major advertising that could launch or elevate a career overnight. Full of excitement, Kutcher flew all the way to Italy for the runway show. Upon arrival, he was fitted into an eye-catching outfit, a pink Speedo that epitomized the bold, provocative style Ford was famous for. At the time, Kutcher weighed exactly 178 pounds, a fit, athletic build by most standards, especially for someone still in his late teens. He felt confident stepping into the role, ready to embody the brand's vision. However, the experience took a harsh turn. Ford, upon seeing him, reportedly declared that Kutcher was too fat for the look he had in mind. The verdict was swift and decisive. Kutcher was fired from the campaign on the spot. The rejection was blunt and personal, delivered in an industry where physical appearance is scrutinized with microscopic intensity. Being dismissed in such a manner, especially after traveling internationally and preparing for the role, must have been a devastating blow to the young model's ego. Kutcher went on to describe Ford's expectations as highly specific. The designer had a precise image in his mind, a particular body type, proportion, and overall vibe that he believed was essential to conveying the essence of the collection. Ford's tenure at Gucci and later at Yves Saint Laurent was marked by this exacting standard. He often sought an idealized, almost otherworldly perfection that blended sensuality with sophistication. In that moment, Kutcher simply didn't fit the mold Ford envisioned, regardless of how objectively fit or attractive he was. Reflecting on the incident years later, Kutcher has come to view it not as a personal failing but as a valuable life lesson. The harsh rejection taught him an important truth: other people's opinions about one's appearance or worth do not define reality. Everyone has their own criteria, and failing to meet someone else's narrow vision doesn't diminish a person's value. It simply means the fit wasn't right for that particular context or moment. Interestingly, time has softened the memory for both parties. Kutcher now laughs about the episode when he discusses it with Ford. In hindsight, the exchange has become almost comical. Kutcher jokes about his weight, pointing out that 178 pounds was hardly excessive, while Ford stands by his original assessment with a straightforward, "You were too fat." The light-hearted retelling underscores how perspectives can shift with maturity. What once felt like a brutal dismissal now serves as an anecdote that highlights the quirks and intensities of the creative process in fashion. Kutcher emphasizes that Ford's decision wasn't about cruelty for its own sake but about an unwavering commitment to his artistic vision. The designer knew exactly what he wanted to project through his work, and anything less would compromise the integrity of the campaign. In Kutcher's words, it didn't make him less as a person. It just meant he wasn't the right choice for that specific project at that time. This nuance is important. The fashion world's demands can feel merciless, but they often stem from a singular pursuit of excellence rather than malice.